Now, this is what I want to talk about now is about the police. Now, I'm not bashing the police. I 90% support the police. There's a few, though, that should never went to the academy and certainly should not have passed their test. One little example here, about 10 years ago, my daughter was involved with a guy, and he decided he wanted a different girlfriend, so they was over there discussing on private property and everything, and then her boyfriend's new girlfriend got the idea they might be fighting, so she called the police, in the little town there. And this policeman is a rookie. I mean, a real rookie. But he's one gung ho guy. You get a badge and a gun, and you're God. That's how he was now, and they're not all that way. But this guy, he comes storming over there. Her window wouldn't roll down, and I know it didn't because she come to my house a few days earlier, wanted to know if I could fix it for her, and I couldn't even get to that gun door panel off. So she opened the door. Boy, that made him mad. He told her to roll the window down. Well, she didn't really understand him. So she opened the door more, and he yanked her. First of all, he shoved her back in the car. And then, of course, that fight was on then. She's a little red-haired spitfire. That was her problem there for doing that. Even though she just don't like to take crap off nobody. I know that for myself. But in any case, then after that, he yanked her out of the car and threw her up against her car hood, and to the point he actually bent the hood in, dented the hood in. And they were still fighting and everything. Of course, cop said she beat him up. Well, she's the one that had all the bruises and cuts and everything. But like I said, she should have complied more than she did, but it made her mad because he got so horsey all at once like that instead of coming up there mild like a good cop would have. So anyway, then somehow or the other, I guess he took her up to the hospital, I guess, because she had some damage. And after she got up there, well, he had her in leg irons and belly chain and handcuffs. When he got up there to the hospital parking lot, he yanked up on that belly chain and caused her to lose footing, and down she went. Broke her glasses, dislocated a shoulder and everything. And then after they got in the hospital, he got a call. I guess he got a call from the chief. And after that call, he was a nice-ass pie to her. Well, the chief probably said, well, look here, you're getting too carried away. Well, anyway, after it's all said and done, there's no sense reading this, but it goes on and on. But what happened was whenever they went to court and everything, by that time that little punk cop had lost his job, and the judge asked me, what caused you to not be a policeman officer anymore? He said, well, I had too many complaints against me. And the last I heard, he was working in a restaurant, and that's been a while back. I don't know what he's doing now. I don't really care. But that's one kind of guy that should not have been on the police force. He doesn't have the right temperament for it. And most cops are really good. I've never really had a problem with any myself. I mean, all you got to do is say, yeah. Well, like one of them, I didn't. I rolled up to a stop and just sort of rolled through it, and there's a cop sitting there. He takes off after me, and I pulled over into private drive, so it was not dangerous. And he said, you didn't stop that stop sign. I said, yeah, you're right, I didn't. And he checked my license, and at that time my wife's ID. Went back and checked the spot out on his computer, radio, whatever he did. And he come back and he said, well, just be careful on them stop signs from now on. I said, yeah, I will. But on one more note about that situation with my daughter back there, kind of running back. Her car was sitting on private property, and the property owner had said nothing about it being there, no complaints. They found no contraband. Believe me, they checked. They dumped the ashtray and everything else out in the floorboard and left it. And also because the police chief and the little rinky-dinky mayor they have are in cahoots, and the mayor's dad had a rollback, well, they went over there and put her car rollback, took it over, put in the mayor's grandpa's storage shed, and charged $100. It cost me $100 to get it out of there. And he first didn't want to take a check, and I should have. I thought I said, "Why is half of this go to the police chief and half go to you, or what?" Well, I didn't. But anyway, that was $100. Later on, I found out that I don't know if the state patrol or who was investigating them, because they got a complaint, and they said they had the mayor crying, and the cop, the chief, he all but got in big trouble over that. He would have if somebody pressed it. They didn't. Anyway, enough of that. And then another incident, not too far from here. That guy was trying to burglarize a little store, and there's a little community there. Somehow the other, I guess he got found out, and the cops came down there. And he had a little single barrel shotgun. And I think he only fired one shot. Of course, the cops, these young cops, they've got to blast everything they got. They didn't hit him. But somehow the marshal down there, he got a little BB, a pellet from a shotgun in there. And I don't think that the culprit had buckshot, so I think it was a ricochet off one of them cops' shotgun buckshots they were shooting. I don't know that, but I think that's what happened. Anyway, the guy got away from him down there. He moved on, took off down the highway, probably, I don't know, what, 15 miles. And I guess they caught up with him. He run somewhere. And then they went and called the state patrol all the way down by St. Louis down there. I don't know why. That's like, 60 miles away. I guess they got to stay in their region. I don't know. But anyway, on his way up there, he slammed in the back of an accident and got killed. So then they went ahead, after so long a time of talking it over, they decided to charge that guy who done the little burglary thing up there with murder of that state patrolman. Now, I, for one, don't think that's fair, because first off, the patrolman surely knew there was a wreck ahead up there, because he got the two-way and everything. And I'm sure they let him know. And secondly, because the guy got killed in the line of duty, that shouldn't be anybody else's fault. Now, I worked in a print shop, and if somebody was to order a job, and I got caught in that daggone press and got killed, now is it the guy who ordered the job's fault that it happened to me? Well, it's not any more that way than when that guy that was they were pursuing, the cop got killed on the way up there. Now, I don't see why, but they did charge him with murder, and now those are the few percentages of the cops that I don't think are very good. Now, like I said, 90% are good, and I support them all, except those ones like that, those little cocky ones that never should have been there in the first place. There again, I want everybody to know I'm not bashing cops. I support them. If you need a cop, that's the first. Well, you have a problem. That's the first one you call. Yeah, so it has nothing to do with that. But I just want to share a couple, 3 little stories there that had to do with policemen. I've never covered that subject before. Another time, a state patrol stopped me. I'd come back from Walmart. I let you out there late because you don't have much people in there. It's probably 11:30. And he pulled me over. He said, "Well, you was doing a little over speed limit, but that ain't the reason I stopped." He said, "I like to make these pot checks once in a while and see if I catch somebody drinking." And I said, "Well, sir, if you don't stop anybody that don't drink any more than I do, well, you're going to have an easy job, because I don't like to step people." And there again, that's up to who's ever the taste. If they like it, fine, but I just don't happen to. So anyway, I'm going to wrap this up. I don't know how long it's getting on. It's like 8 minutes, looks like, or something. And there again, please don't think I'm bashing the cops, because I'm not. I'm just sharing a few little stories that did happen to me, and they were a little on the negative side. So, okay, well, thanks again for watching and subscribing. I want to thank all my new subscribers. There's going to be a bunch of them here now. New ones. They come up here the last couple of days. I think Buzzsaw might have forwarded a bunch of them to me when I sent him my sticker and everything. So I appreciate all that. So you guys take it easy, and we'll talk to you later. Bye now.